Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mott's Cage Radio. I'm now joined on the video teleconference with my man, Bryce Amadaris. Bryce, welcome to the show, my man. How are you?
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, now tell the people who you are and where you're calling us from.
I am calling you from San Diego, California.
Okay.
My name is Bryce Armendariz, in case most of the MMA community probably doesn't know about me. Longtime fan, former amateur boxer, and we are currently in the process of opening probably the newest and best management agency for MMA.
Okay, now that's what I was going to ask you about. Now, I know you're a manager, and there's a lot of managers out there. There's guys out there that's like, oh my God, I could totally get you a fight, and this, that, and the other thing. And then there's guys that really can get a fight. But tell me, what do you do different than everybody else, my man?
Well, I think part of what's been lacking in MMA management for a while now has just been basically the capacity of the personnel running the helm. And what I mean by that is, I mean, if you went into any major sports, you're not seeing, guys with the background running agencies who basically run it from MMA, Scott Burns, Eugene Parker. These guys have a very sophisticated, level of education, should I say, and you need that to be able to negotiate contracts and stuff at the highest level. The reason why I believe that's important for MMA right now is because the sport is growing at such a rapid pace that, what's been going on right now with as far as the community of MMA is just not going to be feasible, I think, 10 years down the road. So also, as far as getting fights and securing contracts is concerned, I mean, I think a lot of people could do that for you. And a lot of the guys who do it now, I think, actually could do a really good job, especially for the lower level fighters. They're in the trenches every day, talking to these companies, talking to promoters. They're going to know when things open up. However, as far as being able to go out of the bounds of what is our current paradigm and get media opportunities, TV, film, music, the synergy now that's getting creative, I'm not sure they could all do that. I mean, if you're a GSP and you can negotiate with CAA, that's one thing. But, as far as, what we'll be able to bring to the table is pretty much everything you could ask for beyond having to go to a major agency.
Okay, fantastic. Now, you're down in the San Diego area. Are you focusing primarily on the guys that are going to the UFC? Or are you dealing with the lower level fighters like I talk to on a daily basis? Some of the guys that are just pulling a paycheck every 2 months. They go out to Gladiator Challenge. They're doing their best, but I mean it is what it is.
Yeah, you know what? I basically am gonna work with who I feel I connect with the best. Okay. We're not going to be into running a sports mill. It's not about sucking up as many fighters as you can and just trying to negotiate as many fights as you can and putting as many patches on shorts as you possibly can. We're going to work with guys who are real, pure athletes. I mean, that I don't have to babysit, that are going to dedicate themselves to the sport, and that who we enjoy working with. So you will see lower level guys on there, and you will see higher level guys joining our company. And those announcements are going to be coming within the next few months.
Okay, now I find it interesting that you say babysit because I do manage a few fighters and I've had a few fighters in the past, but I think that is the absolute best description. It's like, bro, do you need me to come in there and wipe your ass too? It's like, I can't believe some of the stuff that they can't even do on their own, and it's like, really, really? But let me ask you this. I talk to a lot of these fighters. All of a sudden, once they get you as a manager, it's like self-entitlement. I need shorts. I need this. I need that. I need $10,000 paychecks. Like, what's realistic for these guys? Because, I mean, there are guys up north, and I see it every day. They're fighting for $250 flat. You got promoters calling me, other managers, hey, Motts, do you have somebody that could fill this? How am I going to go to a pro fighter and say, I want you to get hurt, my man, for only $250? Like, I feel like I'm going to get the shit kicked out of me. But then they say, well, that's part of the problem, Motts. If we don't take the fight, somebody else is. And I think that is the problem. How do we stop this just craziness of, like, here, fight for a ham sandwich?
Well, I mean, the structuralism that's in place right now with MMA, it's hard to break. Especially, I think, more at the highest levels than it is at the lowest levels, just because, you have to have a fighter that can bring something to the table. You got to have some kind of return on the investment for promoters not to stronghold you. However, I mean, I'm not offering fighters right now any guarantees as far as you're saying, like, you know, shorts or whatever. It's going to be based on who they are. And I think a lot of fighters should know when going into a management contract where they stand as far as, you know, what they're worth, you know, at the present moment.
Right.
For like, say, you know, one of the guys I was telling you about that we're definitely going to work with, and he's a lower level guy, I guess you could say right now, is Gareth Joseph. He fought on Strikeforce once. You know, it was a little bit too early for him, but he's a great cat, and he works hard, and he's a professional in every terms of the word. And so, you know, most of it about, you know, guys like that is just starting slow and telling people who they are, you know, just getting them basic exposure so that they can go ahead and create a platform by which they can create, you know, value for themselves, whether it be sponsorships or negotiating a promotional contract. So, I mean, it's just about understanding your fighter, and, you know, taking on those entitlement issues is just, you know, basically who you're working with and whether or not they have the capacity to understand, you know, what's realistic and what's not off the bat.
All right. Now, are you taking fighters just in your area, or are you working with fighters out of the San Diego area?
No, I'm actually, you know, getting calls in from all over the place. And yeah, I have no problem representing fighters nationwide.
Okay.
Depending on the circumstance and who they are and, you know, what they're really wanting to do for the next level. You know, we're getting opportunities right now. I can't believe how fast, like, the company is actually taking off. That's what was weird about it to me. I've always wanted to kind of correct, you know, some of the injustices I thought were going on with MMA management, but I never thought, like, kind of once I threw my hat in the ring that it would take off so quickly, you know. And we're getting calls from all sorts of people, and of course my partners in LA who have been in, you know, media and music for years, you know. They're getting on board, and I have no idea why they're jumping on so quick, besides the fact that, you know, MMA is growing rapidly, but, you know, they're giving opportunities, it looks like, to some guys that you've never even heard of before. So it'll be very cool to see what kind of avenues we can create for them.
All right, let's talk about some of the fighters that you're representing. Who do you have coming up in some fights that maybe we would have an opportunity to see around here in California or anywhere else for that matter?
Well, right now, like I was saying, since the company's still under launching right now, most of my contracts are still out, and I can't even discuss them yet.
Oh, okay.
because we're still working out some issues between us and some of the studios in Los Angeles. However, you know, Gareth is the one who I can really talk about right now because he was the one that was wanting to jump on board first. He's going to be in WEF on April 22nd, it looks like. We're looking at possibly a co-main event there. They're lining up an opponent as we speak. And it looks like after that, we're going to be, you know, hopefully getting a title shot in this summer for WEF. And then who knows where we'll go after that. Hopefully we'll be in talks with a major promotion.
All right. Now, another thing that I run into with some of the fighters that I deal with and whatnot is they can't let you do everything that you need to do. They still want to be hands-on. So I'm trying to make T-shirts for them, and the next thing I know, Aunt Sally is making some T-shirts, handmade, etc., and so forth. Like, what kind of services do you provide? Do you do everything for them, or it's just kind of you go, you know, with however they need it?
No, I mean, it depends on the fighter what exactly services they're going to require.
Okay.
But, I mean, we will be a full agency. We will handle their needs from top to bottom the way they need it. We won't, right now, as it is, the fighters that we're talking to currently, their training is already top-notch. So, you know, as far as shifting in camps or out of camps is not really an issue for us right now. And, you know, those different, I guess creating new opportunities as far as working with different trainers, we've been able to provide. But right now, we've just basically stuck to media exposure, you know, lining up good fights, making sure that they're getting opportunities that they wouldn't normally have.
Okay.
So, yeah, but, I mean, we're into running their T-shirts and creating their banners and doing everything else just like the normal agent on the street, you know?
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm looking forward to speaking with all of your fighters. I want to give you this opportunity to shout out anybody you want, my man, before I let you go.
I just want to say, I guess I'll say what's going on to Ray Dooster up in B360 Studios. He's going to be doing a lot of big things with MMA possibly in the future. And also, I think there just needs to be more hype and promotion going on. Some of these new guys coming in, like Shannon Slack. I mean, that guy's got a fight March 27th. This dude is a Greco-Roman alternate, and no one's even talking about it right now.
Never heard of him, bro. Tell me all about it right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. We got, you know, he's running with the whole, you know, GDP, you know, King Mo crew right now with Daniel Comer and them.
Okay.
I know he trains up at Black House, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, a lot of these guys who really we should be talking about, you know, they're just not getting talked about. So hopefully, you know, my agency and others, you know, will be able to start really paying attention and bringing guys like this to the forefront, because this is the future of the sport, you know. So we're excited, and, you know, hopefully you guys are too.
Well, I'm absolutely excited because those are the kind of guys that I like to talk to, the up-and-comers that nobody's heard of. Everybody's got the interview with Chuck Liddell, this, that, and the other thing. They're all fighting over those guys. You guys go have fun with those. I'll kick it with the homies that that no one's ever heard of, you know, that may even be kind of one-and-done fighters, maybe the kind of fighters that just wear gym shorts and talk about fighting for 3 years and never really get in the cage. I talk to them all. I definitely want to talk to your people, so definitely keep me in the loop, and I appreciate you taking time with us here on Cage Radio. Thanks again, Bryce.
Definitely will, and you'll be one of the first outlets that we notify every time we got an announcement to drop, man. Appreciate you on.
I appreciate that, my man. Take care. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Out.